Hello and welcome back to my channel, the best place to be to discover exactly how your thoughts and your emotions are affecting your whole health. And not just your health, but your whole life. Because hey, what you think affects your emotions, which then makes you act and react in certain ways. So my whole job is about helping you to remove all those crazy thoughts and emotions that are affecting your health and life in a negative way. Now this week, I'm going to talk about something that maybe many people don't really stop and think about. I know I only do and have because I'm one of those people, and maybe you are too. I'm one of those people that always questions why. Why is that happening? Why would that happen? Even to some of the most random things, like why do accidents happen? Why do people fall into hurting themselves, or why did that happen to that person? Even sometimes when I've had accidents, and I've had lots of accidents over the years, so asking myself, why are these things happening to me? What do I need to be learning from this? And that's the biggest question, is what are we supposed to be learning from this event? So I can think of a bazillion different types of accidents I've gone through and why they've affected me and what it was I was supposed to be paying attention to. And that's really what accidents are all about, is getting our attention so that we can make better changes in our life, or healthier options or choices. And what I wanted to start with this week is looking at the actual state of mind that's behind what causes accidents. Have you ever wondered? I know I have, and it took me a while to figure it out. And now that I have, I'm going to share it with you. So I remember reading this one story, I don't know where I read it from, but it was so brilliantly done that I've always remembered this, and it helps me to kind of go forward from here. So think about, let's pretend that you get up in the morning and you're having a fabulous day and you're getting ready for work and you're singing, it's a lovely day, the birds are chirping, the weather is lovely, you got good things going on, you're meeting a friend for lunch, your energy is up here, you're just in a fabulous place. And you're whistling along and you get into your car and you're trugging along the road and you're going to work. Now at the same time, there's two other people that aren't having such a good day, that they've probably been, and this one's, and this one's, and they're driving along in their car. Okay, so let's say you're driving along this way, and you've got this other guy over here, and he's following you along on the same road as you are, and he's having a crappy day, and then you've got this other guy, and he's coming over here, or woman, whatever, who's having a crappy day too. And you're cruising along this road, and you're la, having a great old time. And you come through this intersection, and this car go boom. Why? Because they're resonating at the same frequency. Their energy is matching, and so they connect. Like attracts like. However, you're not like them at all, because you're way up over here having a grand old time, and you are saved from this incident because you're in a very higher energetic frequency. You're not connecting with these negative states down here. Does that make sense? So what I want you to start to recognize is every time you get into an accident or even just hurt yourself, I know I've recognized this over the years, and it took me a really, really long time. So I'd be like hurrying through the living room, and I'd stub my toe on the chair, and I'd get into the kitchen, I'd whack my head in the cupboard, or I'd cut my finger with a knife or whatever. I was a menace in the kitchen. People would always warn, don't give Andrea a really sharp knife because she's gonna cut herself. Absolutely. I have this knife in my kitchen, I swear to God, that has 2 notches out of it because I was in a state, which I'll get into, and I was cutting a bagel, and I cut right through a cord, and the knife flew out of my hand, and now it has 2 notches from the electrical cord. So what it is when you are in a very particular state, you attract that same energy, okay? So for me, and for you, when you're in a negative space or negative energy, you're going to attract the same kind of energy. So whenever I was hurting myself or getting into accidents, it was because I was in a very angry, frustrated, rammy, gotta go, gotta do, get out of my way. When you're in that kind of a space, you're gonna attract all that same kind of energy back. So the way to avoid accidents is to really work on your own shit. Look at the emotional, mental state that you are most often in and start to recognize when you cut yourself or you hurt yourself or you stumble and fall. Look at the state of mind that you've just been in. Even car accidents I've been in where I've, run off the road. It's because I was in a place where I needed the universe to say, hello, wake up, pay attention, you're out of control, you need to focus. And that's sort of what that stop does. When you get into an accident and you're hurt, especially really strongly hurt, it's because you really needed that wake-up call. It's time to take stock. It's time to look at what are your thoughts, what are your emotions, what do you believe, what are you forcing on life or trying to force out of life that isn't in your highest and best good? What can you change? So start looking at your emotional mental state around accidents and injuries, and then looking at ways to try to fix that state. And if you need to dive deeper and you need a little help, reach out. I'm here. Talk to me below. Go look at some of my kits. All of my kits, as you know, if you haven't seen one of these videos before, I have these incredible kits that have combination remedies that work specifically on not just the physical, but the mental and emotional as well. So in order to solve the whole problem at once, so you can free yourself fully from that energetic, negative, unhealthy place that you're in and move on into an upper, higher place. We're supposed to be in life journeying in an upward, soul spiritual, evolutionary way. Unfortunately, if we get caught up in the muck and the mire and we spiral down and down and down, and then we get stuck in the mud and we can't get ourselves out, we don't know how to get ourselves out, we stay there. And so I'm here to help you get up out of that mud and move on. And the best way to do that is to start really taking time to reflect and be attentive and doing your own due diligence. Looking at how your thoughts and your emotions are affecting your whole health and life. So hopefully you've enjoyed this little video this week on, why accidents happen and how you can avoid them. And if you think that these tips have been great and you'd like to share your accident or injury, have you ever had a time in your life where you've had a major accident and you've noticed that, oh, this is what it was asking me to do, and you change that pattern? If you did, share below. If you didn't, if you had a major accident and you have no idea what it was meant, what it's trying to get your attention for, then again, reach out to me and I'm happy to help you to bring more awareness of this to you so that you can work through it in the right way, in a better way. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Next week, we will be talking about, I have no idea, because sometimes I do just wing it. But ring the bell because you never know what I'm going to talk about. And I hope that you stick around. But for the rest of this week, have an amazing event-free week. Remember, pay attention to your energy, put yourself in a good space. You're getting in a car. I always tell my kids, never drive in a rushed, frustrated, or angry state, ever. And that will help you avoid car accidents in the future, because then you don't attract those other people that are probably in the same place. So drive safe, have a great week, and I'll see you next week. For the rest of this week though, be authentic, be empowered, and own it completely. Bye.